and welcome to Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. Today we're going to be off-roading in Joseph's Shogun.
Mr. Phillips, sir, are you taking over my channel?
I might be.
Yes, well, you only partially because I'm here as well. So yes, this is a 2006 Mitsubishi Shogun 3.2 DID Fields. A lot of you would have seen a walk around of this car on the channel earlier on. We did try to film some off-roading a week ago, but I lost the footage because I'm an idiot. So we've had to come back and do it again. There's not so much hardship for Chris because he is an experienced off-roader, which is why he's driving and not me, because I would definitely get stuck. And because this car,
I think you'd be fine actually.
Well, also because this car's actually for sale now, I wouldn't want to do anything untoward. But we can see the track up here. Now we're sort of on the fringe of a New Forest here. There's lots of sort of tracks like this near where Chris lives, which is why, you know, we always come here to do off-roading bits. As you can see, we've got a proper low range gearbox on this car. It's currently in 2 high. We'll shift that to 2 low. So sorry, 4 low. No, sorry, 2 high.
I think we'll go 4 high.
Okay, we're on just 4 high. There's also 4 low high and 4 high as well on this. There is a semi-automatic mode on this gearbox. We're just going to put it in drive. We've been up here before in this car actually, and it was fine, so off we go. This is a lot steeper than it looks. We don't have off-road tyres on this car. We've got, I think, what you would call all-season tyres. They're Continental ones, so they're pretty good. Actually, this isn't as bad as last time we came up here, is it? There doesn't seem to be as much mud. It's
not as bad, but the mud that is here is all clay, which really gets stuck in your tyres, and it gets quite deep up here. Yeah,
but we're right through to the bedrock and bits and pieces here, so the worst bit's just coming up here. If we were in 2-wheel drive, right, a bit more speed. Right, this is the worst bit just here. Oh my gosh, right, we felt it a bit there, but because we're in 4-wheel drive, we went straight up. There we go, no problem at all.
That's very impressive for road tyres.
Yes, it's a pretty crazy car, this. You know, the articulation on the axles is good.
And the traction control working away.
Yep, we can see the traction control's actually working, is it?
It is indeed.
Wow, I can feel that. Can you feel the traction control?
Yeah.
Wow. So we've got traction control. We've got ABS in this car as well. And there's little, you can't see it. You see it, I showed it on a walk around video, but there is a little indicator on the dashboard to show you which wheels are working. And if the centre lock differential, which you get, I think, in 4 low, you put that, would put on the centre lock diff, so you'd have even better chance of going everywhere. We're just going to go down here, but there's much narrower paths around here that Chris normally goes around in his Jimny, and you would have seen on my channel, I think it was about November or something, that we took the Jimny off. But this is a much larger car than the Jimny. I mean, it's enormous, this thing, so we have to be a bit more careful. But it will just go anywhere. This is one of the things I was saying last time in the video, which you wouldn't have seen because it disappeared. That mountain rescue teams use this car for going up, you know, the sort of slopes of the Cairngorms and things like that, and it's really easy to see why. I mean, we probably won't even get anyone near to touching the sort of capabilities of this car today, will we, Chris?
No, not really. No. And it's quite interesting in that most dedicated 4x4s have solid axles, which can give you better articulation, but this is actually fully independent, so I'd consider this a big rally car.
Yeah,
and you can really drive it quite fast on tracks and stuff, and it feels very composed.
Yeah, we've got about 160 horsepower from this 3.2 diesel engine. So we're going to go now into road mode. We're in 2 high now. And it's perfectly easy to drive on road. The power steering's very light. One thing you do feel if you go about 70 on the motorways, but you don't really want to do too many emergency lane changing manoeuvres on it. Although it has got ESC as well, so it would sort you out, but just best to drive it gently. So we will take just a little pause, 6 weeks on the end of the track, and we will go somewhere else and be back shortly. Chris is now selecting 4 high again, and you can tell we're on the edge of a New Forest because the ponies are here. We have this ford here. I don't know how deep this is. The wedding depth of this car, we found out the other day is probably better than Land Rover Defender. It's certainly more than half a metre, which is what generally you get on a Defender with standard height. This, I don't know, probably 80 centimetres, I'm not sure. This is, look how deep this is. I mean, you don't really get any idea of it with
Oh, this is deep. We're over half a metre.
We're over half a metre here. You can't really see from there, but this is pretty crazy. You wouldn't want to come through here in a Nissan Qashqai. There we are. There's a river nicely flowing there. That is insane. Can't believe we got through that. But then again, you can pretty much do anything in this car.
Do you want to go back through at speed?
As long as you don't break my car, Chris, or like whoever's car it's going to be in a, oh, hello, pony. Yeah, we can go back through as long as you don't break it, Chris. Obviously, when you see this video, the car will have been cleaned, because yeah, last time there was quite a lot of mud all over the windows, which and visibility was a bit limited. So we're just going to turn around here and we'll go through back again.
The lock really is bad, isn't it?
Yeah, the steering lock in this car is not the best. It's not a London taxi, that's for sure. Jimny is pretty amazing in that respect. Right, here we go.
Well, I won't go through that fast.
Don't go that fast. Right. Wow, okay, hold on. Ooh, look at that. There we are, viewers. I think did we slide slightly there?
Yeah.
Mind you though, my car didn't, I'm not sure the car even felt that.
Not really. You could do much deeper.
And look, there's it.
You only need to worry when you start floating.
Yeah, we didn't float. And of course there is a Defender, there we are.
And a Series 2 up there.
Oh, it is a Series 2.
Or it might be a 3. I think it's a 2.
So we're gonna go around. Oh, there we go. Maximum lock angle there. So yeah, still in four high just through this bit. As you can see, it's very muddy. I don't know why there are so many ponies here. I mean, obviously it must be fed by somebody. They're quite well behaved, these ones, aren't they? Just sort of stay out of the way. Right, it's back into too high. We will come back to you again shortly. So we've just taken some exterior shots, which one of which you probably will have already seen, and we can go maybe in this car about 30 miles an hour on a track like this, which you just couldn't do on a normal car without damaging it quite severely. In the front of the car we've got brand new coil springs. As you can see, it's not really something that you want to do, something that won't cope with it, but this absolutely does cope with it. In the rear we've got more brand new suspension. It's by a company called Pedders. They're an Australian firm, and you can actually adjust the height of the suspension. It's got air suspension. It's not like a Range Rover P38 air suspension. It's not an automatic system. You actually use it on a sort of manual basis by actually hooking up a compressor or an inflator to the back, and then you can raise or lower the height of the suspension as you want. Also, this car will tow 3.5 tons, won't it?
It will indeed, yeah. And I think that suspension setup is really for us if you've got a trailer with high nose weight.
Yep. So
you can effectively beef up your rear coil springs.
Yes, certainly. So my friend Piers, who used to own this car, did actually tow a boat, but I think it was a 3-ton boat, and that's the reason he got it installed. So it's it's very capable of that point of view as well. As you can see, you know, it does actually perform well in town. I drove this through London. Piers lives in London, and if in terms of sort of just driving down streets, because you go so high and the visibility is so good, then it's pretty good. You just got to watch yourself on the back. This car does have an aftermarket reversing camera fitted, which you know, is quite useful, although that needs to be hooked up. And the parking sensors, one of them's actually missing at the back, but I'm sure that's a small job for someone to do. And yes, we've got this Sat-Nav system in here. I have found the remote for that actually, so that does actually work. It's a 2006 Sat-Nav though, so it's not the most useful system, but you'd have to get a new disc for it or something. But yeah, you use the remote control, which I have found, which is quite amusing. The earlier, I know the earlier systems often were like that. It's not touchscreen or anything. So yes, thank you for joining us for this little off-road adventure in the New Forest. The car is actually now available for sale on Auto Trader. I've put it up for £4,500, which I think is a very fair price for what this represents. The link is in the description below. But thank you again to Chris from Boats and Engines.
No problem at all. Please check out my channel as well. Yeah,
Chris is a very, very experienced, capable off-roader. He owns a Suzuki Jimny, used to own a Toyota Hilux Surf. You know, there's all sorts of interesting vehicles, both boats and cars, and of course Tesla's Cybertruck studies about aerodynamics. That's your most popular video, isn't it?
Yeah, that went viral, which was rather nice. I've got a lot of new subscribers.
Yes, absolutely. So yes, don't forget to subscribe to Boats and Engines, and of course also to Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. And I've got a Facebook page, facebook.com/Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. And then you can also visit my website, www.lloydvehicleconsulting.co.uk, if you wish me to source a car for you. If you wish to you know, have a look at the Shogun advert, then I said please have a look at the description below. As you can see, we've got things like heated seats, we've got climate control, there's another climate control system in the back. We've got this interesting system here for display. You will actually see on here there is a Sat-Nav system in here that I'd have to get with the remote control, which is just down here. It's this thing here. I can't remember if batteries are in it or not. I'd have to actually change the batteries to actually better work with that. I have got the remote for that. It's just that thing. So yes, it would be a good car for somebody. I've got too many cars at the moment. My lady wife says that it has to go, so there we go. You've got to listen to what your lady wife says, as Mr. Phillips knows.
You do indeed.
So thank you ever so much indeed once again for watching.